little bit of coffee talk. How you doing, guys? Man, oh man. I apologize. I never meant to just leave you guys hanging, especially when I make a video saying, hey, I should be back by now, and then just disappear. Sorry. Had a family member who come in a little bit in need of some help, so we helped them. Took about a month and a half of weekends, full weekends, like wake up 7, 8 o'clock on Saturday, help them until it got dark. It starts to get dark around 4:30, 5 o'clock now. And then work's been going like 4 in the morning, 6:30, 7 o'clock almost every night. It's just our busy season. I'm in the wine business, wine delivery business. Our company does this right though, so don't feel bad. I'm not complaining at all. It just is what it is, you know. So been carrying this SNG CC, regular S30V. I haven't even been carrying a slip joint. I just haven't been like in the mental mind state to like, oh, what do I want to carry today? Oh, I haven't carried this knife in a long time. Oh, what slip joint do I want to pair with that knife? What would make a good Instagram picture? I haven't even been posting on Instagram, so I just set this on my nightstand, right? It goes in my pajama pocket, or just goes back in my jean pocket, or I'll set it on the counter at night. When I get up in the morning, I just grab this and this. This is my Hinder titanium pen, my Offenmere leather wallet. I did want to let you guys know that I have a review coming on this gun deck wallet. I have already recorded it and already uploaded it. I have not done the thumbnail yet, and I just need to post it. I also have a review coming on this awesome EDC item. It's in my bag. But this is a Urban EDC organizer. Just awesome. This thing, it's too big to go in your pocket, but it's great for your EDC bag. And I just keep it in the truck all the time in my bag, you know. And then if I go somewhere, say we take the kids swimming, we go to a birthday party or something, I'll always take my bag, because you'll see my bag has cool things in it. I'm starting to fill it. I don't want to fill it all the way so it's heavy or anything like that, but it's nice to have things in there. I still need to put together a good first aid kit. Probably gonna have my wife help me on that, because she knows exactly what I'm trying to sit on my knees here. My back has been really hurting lately. So I'll have her put what she wants in here, and then obviously some of the stuff that I need, maybe some super glue in case I get cut. But I'll run you through this bag a little bit if we have time. I mean, we're only 3 minutes in. I feel like I'm covering some ground. Letting you know where I've been. We've already let you know the EDC. Did I show you my gloves? Did I show you my gloves? These are mechanics, utility, and been carrying the SNG because it's like 30 degrees out, and this works really well with gloves. This design does not make sense on paper. I've said that for years. The SNG just, I have no idea why this design works so well, but when I go to grab a knife that I'm just gonna use for work and not think about it, this is like my default, an SNG of some sort. Lately I've been really digging the CC because it's been colder out and I've been able to wear gloves. So these jimping, this real thin jimping stuff doesn't bother my thumb at all, because I've got that leather pad on my thumb. You know what I mean? So it's nice. It doesn't feel like it adds any extra grip. I think they could do without this jimping here. But who am I? You know, I'm not an operator. I'm just a guy who delivers boxes for a living. So there you go. It's nice though. I mean, I can manipulate this thing all around. I can use it. I can cut. When I open up my boxes, I don't know if you can see that. There's some more wear on the tip than there is the rest of the knife, because I will choke up with these two fingers here, and then I will pinch the blade like this, and I will set my thumb up there and kind of set it as a limiter. Does that make sense? So now I can poke down into the tape, right? It hits my thumb as a stop, cut the tape, and then I pry up the box. And because that tip is fairly thick up here. It's not too thick. I've always said it's a good compromise between cutting and prying and utility. I have no worries. I've got all this leverage here to pry up the flap on that. Sometimes I will have to cut the flap off or whatever. It's just a great knife. Regardless of what you think about Mick Strider as a person, Strider knives in general, they just work for me. It's hard for me to deny how well this actually really performs in my everyday life. On the weekends and stuff, I'll carry something different, maybe something a little more fun. To me, this is just a black G10, and I do have that other Lego SNG. It just works really well. It's a very, very time-proven design. It's a classic for me. The SNG was my first high-end knife with... So I got the SNG first. It was a Lego black with the tiger stripe, right? This is just CC, so and it had the flame and everything. It reminds me a lot of my very first high-end knife, high-end like over $200 knife. And then come the large Micarta Sabenza shortly after this. Not this particular knife, but you know what I mean, after the SNG. So I love the clip too. We've already gone over that a million times. Without even thinking about it, wearing my gloves, I can pocket this thing. This clip is big enough to catch. If I'm wearing my thicker work pants, I've got like Dickie and Carhartt work pants. You know what I mean. It's made out of that like canvas material. This pocket clip will go right over it. There's enough room here to get over my pocket with this little tail on it. Yes, it's a dumb design. It cuts the lanyard slowly over time. It just does. You hook it on one side, then you replace this every now and then. But with that little pigtail, I can pull it out with my gloves on and use the knife. Alright, enough about that. Spinners! Yeah. I got my boys some spinners. I picked me this one up. They're just 3D printed. If you don't know what they are, I'm sure you do by now. They are 3D printed with some little 3D printed buttons on that center, and then you just spin it. And that's all it is. That's all it is. So if you flick a knife, if you click a pen, right, something like this might be for you. Stay tuned, because maybe I'll make a video on the spinners, but I do have all the parts to make your own like DIY Munson ring spinner, they're called on Instagram. So it's like using pipe fitting parts and acorn nuts. They're all brass except for the bearing. I have not put one together yet, but we'll do that on camera. It doesn't look too hard, and you can order the parts fairly cheap. They're all right on eBay. So inside the bag, we touched base on this a little bit. This is my Urban EDC organizer. I love this thing. I have a video already done and posted on this. It starts off a little rocky, but I'm not going to redo the video because I feel like that version of the video is what it should be. It just starts off a little rough because it had been so long since I had made a video. It's not easy. It's easy to make videos, but it's not, because you can really psych yourself out. Like if you look at making a video as in, there could be 1,000 people viewing this video, you know, you could get a little nervous. Especially if you're like me. Public speaking, not so much now, but was like one of my biggest fears. So anyways, I got a backup hinder pen in here. We'll go over more of this in my review. Have my Lamy Safari. I love doing my paperwork with a fountain pen. Have a pencil in here. Have field notes in that back pocket. Yep. And have a GEC lock back in there to cut food or anything. That's why I haven't really been carrying anything else with this, because I know this is right next to me in the truck all the time. So if I have to cut some food or avocado or whatever, you know, I've got it right there. And then I've got a little O-light in here. Again, I've got about a 15 or 20 minute review coming on this. Shortly after this video goes up, I will let that go live. And I have a few other videos too. I just thought it would be weird if I made that video saying, hey, I'm going to be coming back, I hope, and then I disappear again for a month, and then I start posting videos, you know, it's just like, oh, I wonder what happened. So just so you guys know, I will never just leave and leave you guys hanging. Like, I won't just, oh, I'm not making YouTube videos anymore. Just know, like, if I drop off, some real life stuff's happening. I'm sure, you know, you guys understand, most of you, because you have real life stuff going on too. And, yeah. Filling out my bag. Did I show you this yet? I picked up a multi-tool. This was on sale at Lowe's for like $30. And I'm not quite sure if that's a good deal, but it felt like a really good deal. This is the Wingman, Leatherman Wingman. I liked it because it has spring pliers, and I'm not a big Leatherman like collector or anything. This is my first one, believe it or not. But it has spring loaded. Are they all spring loaded, or is it just this one? I don't know. It's kind of nice. Keep it in my bag. Obviously, I don't keep it on my person. It's kind of cool too because it does have a knife. Now it's only like $4.20. It is partially serrated. You know, it is a liner lock, hollow ground. It's got a cool blade shape. Let me know if you want a review on this. The only thing is, I don't see myself using this tool a whole lot, but when I need it, it's going to be really valuable to me. So I'd rather have it, you know, in my bag in case I need it. In case a hose comes off the truck and I need to tighten a clamp back on it or something, you know, this will be able to do it. Or maybe I'll have to, maybe the hose breaks at the little thing and I got to cut it off and then put the thing on there and then tighten the clamp back down or something. Do you know what I mean? There's a good chance I won't be able to do it, but maybe I can. Maybe I could get myself to the nearest shop. And sometimes, you know, you just need a knife. I've been inside certain wine shops and their shelf is a little jiggly. And it's like, oh man, nobody has a pair of pliers. I got a pair of pliers in my truck. So, you know what I mean? There's just little stuff that sometimes it comes up. It's not enough for me. I'm not in construction or anything where I need to carry it on my person. But in my bag is fine. So here's another thing I really liked about it is scissors. And I have a Swiss Army knife with scissors next to in my bathroom because I just really love their scissors so much. I don't know how well these scissors are gonna do, but it's really nice to have scissors, especially like cutting tags off your kids' clothes or anything like that off your clothes. You know, sometimes a scissor is better than a knife. It's got all kinds of stuff on it, little files, screwdrivers. There you go. And here you go. Can openers. This is like a blister package opener and a box opener. This little hook here. I don't know. I felt it was worth $30. I think it was on pretty good sale, especially from a retail location. Now you might be able to get these on Amazon or something all day long. Kind of closes itself down too. It's neat. Leatherman Wingman. So I got that for my bag. And showed you my organizer. We can do another bag dump video. I just want to talk to you guys for a second and let you know that I will never just disappear. I will disappear, but I won't ever stop making videos and not let you guys know. You know what I mean? And I had a few genuine like emails like, hey, how you doing? Hopefully everything's okay. So yeah, I apologize. I should be back in the shop. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Hopefully you have some good holidays coming up, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Festivus, or whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate at all. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. Starting to get a little colder here for a while. I didn't think it was going to get cold, and then just about a week or two ago it did get cold. Donald Trump is our president-elect. Holy cow. It's like we're living in a movie. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Very interesting, that's all I'll say. I will never have political stuff on my channel, not that I know of. It's interesting, though. I think a lot of people put a lot more emphasis on what the president can really do. I know they can do a lot, but I think it more affects the mood and the tone of our country, you know, more so than it does what he can actually do. We're going to find out. We're going to really find out. I'm I'm kind of excited to see what happens, be it good or bad. I think it's going to be, hopefully it should be an improved situation. You know what I mean? But it's still a real wild card. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? But I've never really had a president affect my personal grind, my life, my family, my kids. I'm sure I have indirectly, but you know what I mean? It's like, I think it was more of a move from the everyday guy, you know, from the everyday person to say, hey, we need some change here. And then me as a realist, I go, you know what? Even some of the most poorest people here in our country still have it a lot better than the poor in other countries where, you know, they're living in dirt huts. Yeah, it's just me. So, being an optimist, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what it is. All right, enough about that. I don't want to get weird. I'm actually going to cut this video. It's 16 minutes now. Have more videos coming up. Been pretty boring on this. Hey, real quick too. I seen Instagram is now doing live feeds. So I could go live on Instagram. If anybody's interested, you guys could ask me questions. Maybe we could come up with some video ideas or something like that. Maybe a good discussion video could spawn from one of those Instagram sessions. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know if you can go live for 30 seconds or if you go live for however long you want to. You know, is it like Periscope? I looked at Periscope for like 5 minutes one day and it just wasn't for me. But this feels a little bit different because you're hitting your subscriber base, you know, and you're saying, hey, I'm live, so we can hang out. You can type questions and stuff like that. And you can do it on YouTube too. I tested going live on YouTube for like 5 minutes one day and a few people hopped on, but the feed was not working on my end. So I didn't know if I had my camera settings set up right on my computer, but it showed like a little water dripping into a pond. I'm sick. So if I sound a little more stuffy than normal. So I don't know if that video actually went live. If anybody was watching, there's like a few people who jumped on within a few minutes and seen. But Instagram live and YouTube live, I think, would be a very good thing for a channel like this. Something where maybe you have some questions or something. I know we can hop on a conference call with a few people, but I don't know how to do it on my end where you can record that and either upload it to YouTube or let it go live on YouTube. Because some people do like the Skype calling or something and Google calling, conference calling, but then they can post it on YouTube either live or do a recording and then post it afterwards. I don't know. I think that type of discussion would be pretty cool, like a little round table. Maybe like a podcast, a visual podcast sort of thing. I don't know. It's fun to see new media come up and see what people are going to do with it. I just wish I had more time to be able to utilize stuff like that. But anyways, that's it. I think this is my third signing out. See you guys. Let me know if there's any videos that you want to see. I will let those 3 videos go loose. It's going to be busy for the next 10 days. Well, about 25 days until we get into New Year's. And then after New Year's, I'll be able to start making videos pretty regularly again. The wine business goes whoosh. And then right around January 1st, it starts to go whoosh and level back out. So right now is our busiest, craziest time of the year. And then, you know, come around January, I'll be able to get back in the shop. I should be in the shop this weekend, finishing up about 4 or 5 projects. And I know some people are waiting. Appreciate it. And maybe I'll do some videos on those too. As far as my work list, my books, and opening those back up, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I'd love to just open them all up, but I almost feel like I might be better off to buy, say, the ZT801. I think that was the model. Maybe buy a Sabenza or 2 or a Boker Quake and do those up the way I want them and then offer them up for sale. Either on YouTube or Instagram or something like that. That way I have 100% creative freedom. On all of my projects that I've ever taken for the shop, even scale jobs, anything, I don't like to get paid until afterwards, because it creates a real messy situation. You have seen some people over the years take a bunch of money, buy a bunch of mills, a bunch of tools, and then all of a sudden they disappear. I know a few people who showed up on the YouTube community like that. And it's because money's super easy to spend, and then you don't allot enough time to finish those projects. And then in your mind, you've already been paid. So what I'm saying is, it would be no difference to me whether I bought 5 Boker Quakens and did each one different, and then sold those 5 and then got paid on the back end of that, versus opening the books up and taking on 5 jobs. The only reason I would open books up and take on those 5 jobs, because there's something really cool, and why I got started, doing it. There's something really cool about taking this well-loved Sebenza, this well-loved Southern, well-loved whatever, that you've already had for a little bit, and then you say, I love this knife, I love the heat treat on it, I love everything about it. I just want to change the finish of it and just make it look a little different, a little cooler. Maybe it's too shiny, and I would rather have it acid washed and stone washed and maybe anodized or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So that part of it is really cool. I don't know if it's worth the flip side that you have somebody else's knife in your possession, and then the pressure along that comes with that. So I don't know. We'll see. It's exciting times. I know I've already signed out twice. Update on my truck. It's at the house. I don't have it running yet. It needs to have the carburetor cleaned. I haven't even washed it or anything yet. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've got a 1967 C10. A little bit of a rough shape, but it's all there. Should be able to run fairly cheap. Should be able to get it on the road for less than $200. Buy some new brake pads for it and clean the carburetor, buy a new battery for it, drain the old gas, put the new gas in it, and get it on the road. So it's cool. Yeah, I'll make a video on that later. Have a flashlight review or 2 coming, and yeah, a lot of stuff to look forward to. A lot more of these videos too, because I do enjoy them, and they do a lot better than I would think. There it is, the SNG. Alright guys, hey, I really do appreciate you hanging out. Sorry I took off for so long. I didn't mean to, but it just happens. See ya.